Welcome to Victini News. This is your host, Cuban. We have arrived in the most important week of the season. Who will take the trophy and the title of Season 8 champion? And who will have to try again next season? Let's see last week's results and who our final competitors are. In our first match, we had the legendary Landerers take on the New York Low Kicks. Compared to the 5-0 for Cake in week 5, he only made a single change, putting in Rotom Mow for Vaporeon. Meanwhile, CB Fries switched out half of his team, adding Iron Moth, Sylveon, and Seismitoad, keeping Araquanid, Urshifu, and Scizor on the bench. Early on, we saw Grandmaster Cake take control with his Rotom Mow, pivoting around with Volt Switch while getting some good chip damage. When it was Mew against Iron Moth, CB Fries fired his first attack with a Meteor Beam, but to no real effect, as Mew took the hit and fired back with a Psyshock, taking out the Iron Moth. With one of the strongest counters, the Tinkatonk on, it can now run rampant. And that is what it did. It took out the Mega Alakazam and the Sylveon, while also leaving behind a 15% Gyarados before being defeated. Which wasn't faster than the Scarf Iron Valiant, even though it was boosted by a single Dragon Dance. So the Iron Valiant took out the Gyarados. With Rhyperior and Seismitoad left, Rhyperior tried a final charge, setting up Sword Stances, but the Dunsparce came prepared with Chilling Water, keeping the attack boost minimal while doing super effective damage, and in the end defeating it. The Seismitoad did get the revenge kill on the Dunsparce, but at this point it was over, as the Rotom Mow ended the fight with a Leaf Storm, putting the final nail into the coffin for the 4-0 victory, and a win for our first finals contender, Grandmaster Cake and his legendary Landerers. The second match saw Arsene and Effimaster face off, the Hyderabad Hunchcrows against the Dunsparce United. Two teams who met in week 7. Arsene looked at his loss from that week and changed 3 Pokemons, similar to what CB Fries did, who also lost the first match. He brought in Zapdos, Dragapult, and Conkeldurr for Hunchcrow, Lycanroc, and Empoleon. Incredible that he left those Pokemons on the bench for the first match. While Effimaster made 2 changes, with Mega Pinsir and Basculegion coming instead of Samacenta and Nidoqueen. Key moments in the beginning of the fight were the double Para from Zapdos, once thanks to its static ability and once because of Discharge, paralyzing the Pinsir and the Silvally from Effimaster. Additionally, another key Pokemon made his presence known. Conkeldurr made himself known as a threat with his Terra Ghost. Thanks to that, he forced out Latios and defeated Pinsir, who was already too crippled from the damage and the para, so it was used as a sack. And it wasn't long before the next ones followed. Latios himself was then defeated by Tinglu. Trying to grass knot it to death, it took a throat chop, got killed by it. And the third one was Basculegion, who was sniped by the Conkeldurr with a Terra Blast when Arsene predicted the switch from the Silvally into the fish. And speaking of fish, Chi-Yu was still alive on Effimaster's side and managed to give him his first kill with an overheat. With both coaches now maneuvering their Pokemons around, we ended up with Diancie, who was Terra Poison, and a Namarus on the field. The Diancie missed its Diamond Storm, and a Namarus took the kill. And with this, it was 5 against 2. Asan used his numbers advantage to perfection, as he sacrificed some of his Pokemons to get safe switches and in the end took the 2-0 victory after Conkeldurr took out the last 2 Pokemons, confirming him to be the second finalist. And with this, we have our final. And what a final it is. It's the showdown of giants. First place against second place. 13 wins, 3 losses, and a combined differential of 42. Rarely have we seen that both regular season top ranks make it to finals. So this is gonna be a hyped matchup. These two coaches have had an impressive season and even a more impressive showing in playoffs as well. They first met in week 4 where Cake took a 4-0 victory. But both teams have changed and the coaches have evolved. Any of these Pokemons can play a crucial role to claim the fabled Victini champion title. And you wanna know when this match will happen? Tomorrow, if nothing changes. Less than 24 hours from now, we will find out who is Season 8 Victini champion. Of course, I do want to say thank you to the 2 other coaches. CB Fries and the New York Low Kicks, a veteran member of the VDL who spent several seasons in Mew, but his true home is Victini. Unless he wins Victini and I have to banish him and he has to go back to Mew. In my opinion, his most notable Pokemons, besides the Iron Morph, were Alakazam, Gyarados, his Terra Captain, and Urshifu. Both Urshifu and Alakazam have proven to be powerhouses, both ending up in the top 15 in the kills ranking. And having a Gyarados as a Terra Captain always puts people on high alert during prep, which might have given both the other 2 Pokemons more options to deal more damage. And our other coach, Master, a rookie in the VDL. This was his first season, and man did he make an impact. Mega Pinsir was running through the competition, only dying once in the regular season, while Diancie showed us her utility, especially with Terra. And you can't forget Chi-Yu, who ended up with 8 kills, the same amount as the Urshifu and the Alakazam, helping Master to solidify his amazing season. Thank you to both of you for participating, and I hope to see you both next season. With this, the main part of Victini news is over. But I have some more things to talk about. We have the finals of our other divisions, and some interesting thing I realized while looking at them. I don't want to sway you all, but Victini news is represented in all of them. In Shaman, we have Hina with her Silver A gear taking on They Call Me Gage with his NC Noble Roar. As you guys hopefully know, Hina is our artist for Victini news. She helped me create Victini and maybe also his evil counterpart, while Gage has been a person who joined at the same season as me. And hey, one of these coaches will join us in Victini next season, or maybe both. Then we have our new finals. The Roaring Knights from Fort Darkscale. One of our Victini mods versus Swimmin, the Rain team from Cavern. Cavern is also our Season 6 Mute Champion. It might be the first one to win 2 VDL seasons. While we obviously want to cheer for our Victini mod Ford, who basically brought me to the VDL. So you have Victini news thanks to him. And in our Wi-Fi division, the Jirachi division, we have the Central Coast Clawitzers from Tom, taking on the So Li Hul Skamos from 1C Bannet. Of course, you guys all know him, Tom, our other Victini mod. Funny enough, besides Kevin, he could also be the first one to win 2 seasons of the VDL, as he is our first ever VDL champion. Meanwhile, his opponent has reached the finals in his first VDL season. These are some exciting matches. I know which side I'll be cheering on, but as I am neutral as always, I don't want to sway you at all. All of these matches are gonna be incredibly interesting to watch. And speaking of that, we will have the watch party after every single game has been played. So most likely next week, where we'll be going through all of the different playoffs, so you can watch how each of these coaches made it to finals. I have one more announcement before we finish this video. But first, I want to thank you all for watching this week of Victini News. Seeing all of your feedback was amazing. And it really keeps me going to keep doing these videos. And don't forget, if you haven't done it, go to the announcement channel to fill out the Season 8 feedback doc. Going to the announcement. Sometime during this week or next week, hopefully before Victini News, I have a small video coming out, and it's the long teased Anon Victini team video. You might know we haven't revealed our final member. Well, I'll leave you with the image that he has provided to us, and I wish you all a good week and a good night. Goodbye. Wait, that's not so